sometimes on your social media, I'll see the word goddess, and you mentioned a book with the word goddess in it. And I often think, what do men do? Do men have an equivalent? Is there God, stuff going on out there where men can, like, I don't know, feel more natural and appreciated? And it just doesn't feel like it's in the male domain, the types of things that seem to be going on in the goddess world that you occupy. What do you have to say about that, if anything, for men?
That is such a good question. There's not enough honoring of men. There's just, women really form these support groups for each other and like lift each other up. And this whole, I haven't been saying goddess my whole life for sure. It's this new phenomenon, this like, I
Hmm.
don't know. It's gotten bigger, but it felt like just this California,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
women who are buying crystals and like sleeping on sheepskins. Like,
yes.
I'm one of them, so I can say it. But there's, we do talk about the men in our lives and the men that we want, and I have this men's sexuality course coming up, and this term of like knights or warriors or even gods, and that is something that came up a lot with when I started practicing tantra with my teachers, Freddie and Elsbeth of Tantra Nova. They during his one-man show, Freddie says, welcome goddesses and gods to start it off, so it is, we're also acknowledging the masculine, you know
Hmm.
that feminine goddess phrase.
Right. Okay.
I
That's
don't say it a lot because I'm not, I'm not speaking to that, but I could start talking about gods more.
well, I think it might be a nice thing eventually. I don't know if that's part of your purpose. Maybe it is, but I find that interesting. I mean, I often think about how women have more access to like supportive type groups and spirituality than men, at least in my life experience in those circles that I'm in. Um, women can be very supportive of each other in groups, and I think that's why you don't hear about gods very much, or whatever the right word would be. You hear about goddess, and when I hear goddess, I think of, that's essentially meaning a woman who is honoring another woman fully, who is saying you are more than just a human, there's something especially beautiful about you. That's what I hear when I hear that, and men are just not doing that for each other. um, and I don't just say it jokingly, like, "Oh, we don't have that." Like, I'm a little jealous. Like, that would be nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So, I could throw a million resources out there, but there are a lot of men supporting each other. I don't know why it doesn't seem to be as, it's not in the forefront. It's not as loud. It's not as blatant, but there are, there are so many groups. There's actually one really big group down here in Southern California where I am right now. They do like huge events for men, with 100+ men that are just like only men there, no women. There's just like brothers supporting each other. I think it's called Sacred Sons. I
Hmm.
might be getting it totally wrong. But yeah, there's men who, like my friend Destin, who's also doing a men's sexuality course coming up. He only works with men. And he does these huge men's groups. And I feel that too. And that's why I am doing a men's training with my girlfriend. Um, but of course, it is beautiful, men supporting men, and there is a lot more of that happening right now. And you just have to look for it a little bit more, I think.
Yeah. Sounds like
Um,
it.
but it's there. It's definitely there.
Hmm. Um, if men were to do this or seek out a course on men's sexuality, what are the types of things that they would learn there?
A course on men's sexuality.
If that's
Yeah,
what you're referring to, because you.
yeah.
Okay.
A lot that we've already spoke about, and I've mentioned, and like the idea of circulating that ejaculatory energy, that orgasmic energy, and having a full body orgasm, and harnessing that, that power and that that sexual energy and utilizing that creative life force energy for something other than literally creating a life or having sex or having an orgasm,
Hmm.
because that's the same energy that allows you to reach new levels in your business, or whatever creative project you're working on, or just create a new project. That is creative energy. It's very easy to understand and see, because that's how we create life.
Hmm.
So really harnessing that energy, and then also relationship dynamics. What is their relationship to the feminine, and um, where did that begin, and how is it with their mother, and how is that influencing their relationship with the females in their lives,
Hmm.
or female.
Hmm.
Uh, we, my girlfriend and I that are running the course, were even speaking about posture the other day, and how we want to really make those subtle things really clear. That when a man is hunched like this, or like closing his heart, and his shoulders are kind of caved in, and his posture is not aligned and elevated and open, it's just, it's not attractive, and it changes the way that you move through the world and you move through life. Like, you can tell that something is off. you know they're not fully experiencing life. So, pulling the shoulders back, lifting the heart up, aligning the spine, something so simple, that will be mm, shedding some light on. And that's the simple way of putting it, but it goes so much deeper. How you hold yourself.
Hmm. Yeah, that sounds like in, just important to hear. It's so simple sounding when you say that. It's like, oh yeah, well, maybe have a little bit more bodily confidence, and um, maybe discipline is a little part of having good posture, and that can make a big difference in terms of attractiveness.